All right, people. I know I've been encouraging you all to go out there and achieve your dreams and follow your passion and all that stuff. But there's something that I probably need to warn you about. And that is if you're in a relationship when you're trying to do this, it might be kind of complicated. So, yeah. So, love versus following your dream. Spoiler alert, love loses a lot. Unless you have a partner that is very secure and there's a lot of healthy communication. And here's why. So when you get with somebody, right? Let's just talk about you, right? You're a normal person. Like before you start chasing your dream, you're a normal person. You followed all the rules, you went to school, got a good job, right? You probably picked somebody who did something similar. They also picked a good job. They also have a good career, or followed all the rules and, went to a good, whatever, right? Two of you are very normal. Maybe you have kids. You live for the weekend comes, you stain the deck, or you have a barbecue, or you do something very normal. And maybe the two of you talk about potentially following your dreams, but then you don't really ever get around to it. And then next thing you know, 5 years goes by, right? That's how most people live their lives, right? It's just, you maintain, and there's no dishonor in that. And please do not take that as an attack. It's not. There's obligations, there are things you're trying to do. Some of those things require having your typical normal lifestyle. But there's kind of this unwritten arrangement, this unwritten agreement that if I'm going to be normal, then you're going to be normal with me. And so every weekend we do normal things like look at Netflix or do whatever normal stuff. But what if one of you actually gets out there and starts getting on stage? It starts like doing stand-up comedy, or doing like an acoustic guitar open mic, or starts painting, or starts, right? I think if you do that one time, your partner is not going to be very challenged by it, right? They'll come and support you. They'll watch your open mic or whatever. But you have taken a very important step to actually live authentically and live in your dream. And what's going to happen is, once you finish getting off stage, once you finish making that painting, a whole lot of people will come around you like, whoa, where have you been? You are amazing. You can do this, you can do that, you can do this. And you're just like being just surrounded by all this positive energy in this community that's now just wanting to embrace you because you're just the amazing thing that they haven't seen. And they're so happy you're now like coming into the fold, right? You found your tribe, and now they're like, hey, we have a new tribe member. Hey, everyone come around. Look at this new person that's awesome. Meanwhile, your partner is in the corner looking at all this, and they see you just coming alive, and you're just beaming with just happiness and fulfillment, and they aren't a part of that. Okay? Right? Now, let me tell you something. If you're in the creative field, like acting, comedy, entertainment, those tribe people are attractive, okay? Especially if you're an actor, man. Everybody is sexy, okay? So imagine all these sexy people are surrounding your partner, and you're in the corner looking at this happening. I mean, you're not blind. You know they're sexy, right? And then your partner knows they're sexy, bro. So imagine you go off, start living this life. You're surrounded by all these attractive people who are entertaining and exciting. And now, instead of doing your typical Netflix and chill on the weekend and staying in your deck and having a barbecue and shopping online on Amazon, instead of doing that, now you're traveling. Now you're on stage singing in front of 500 plus people. You have changed. You are now living a life that you have dreamed about, and every step you move toward it, it like rewards you with like, hey, this is where you belong. You have made the right decision. How does your partner feel? Do they feel, where are they? I mean, are they even around? I mean, because think about it. If you're gone, where are they? Well, they're at home. They're watching Netflix by themselves. They're staying in the decks by themselves. They're eating takeout, right? You're not there. How do they feel, right? How do they feel when they see you come alive around all these new people when they may not have ever seen that side of you, ever? They may have never seen you like come alive like that, like you do with these other random strangers that you just met yesterday at an open mic comedy night, right? What happens then, right? Okay, well, you're going to have that person is going to have a very secure sense of self, right? And you're going to have to communicate to your partner, hey, look, I know I'm surrounded by these good smelling, sexy ass people, but it doesn't mean that I don't want to be with you. You're still the person I chose. Now, that's the thing though. When you decide to not be normal anymore and actually walk in your gift, and your partner has decided to stay normal for whatever reason, maybe you're the creative person and maybe they're the one that holds down the job so that the two of you can actually not be homeless and pay the mortgage and take care of the kids and have insurance, all those important things. But how do they feel being left behind? And that's the real challenge about being in a relationship. Because think about it. If you just have a boyfriend or girlfriend, and that could end or whatever. But if you had kids and if you're married, it's a whole another dynamic, okay? Because keep in mind, here's something else, right? That's the social component. Other people recognizing your partner or other people recognizing you as being this special thing, and your partner has to witness this. There's another thing, right? If you're successful, let's just say when you're successful at doing your own creative thing, your own business venture or whatever, the dynamics of the financial part of your relationship will change, where your partner may have been the breadwinner before, but now you are. Your partner may have gotten all the attention and all the accolades as being like the most educated, most decorated, whatever, but now you are. What happens then? What happens when you are now the topic of conversation? What happens when they pass your partner to come to talk to you? Whereas before you were very happy just to be around your partner, support them in whatever they did, and they got used to the dynamic where they were the star and you were the backup. What happens when those roles reverse? What happens when people walk past your partner to come talk to you? What happens when people walk up to you and act like your partner is just like another groupie? Like they're not even, they don't even respect the relationship. They walk right past them like they don't even exist. And they like push past them to get to you. How do you handle that situation? Because that realistically is going to be the hardest part of chasing your dream, because egos get in the way. Egos start getting in the way, and like you want your partners to support you, but your partner doesn't want to be left behind. Now, here's the thing. If you've already made this choice and you're single and you meet somebody along your journey of being self-fulfilled and pursuing your craft, okay, then it's a better chance, because you're likely to meet another actor or another person in the creative industry who understands what it takes to be out on the road or doing different things and the work and the hours involved in making this thing happen. But if you're already in a relationship, when you start this journey, talk to your partner before. And here's, like I said before, plan for success. So plan for you being able to, travel and whatever. Maybe you don't know that before you take your first step on stage. You don't know how successful this is going to be. But as soon as you start seeing those indicators of success, talk to your partner. Tell them what's going on. Reassure them that you're not trying to change partners. You're just trying to walk in your gift and walk in your passion and walk in your in the thing that you want to do to feel fulfilled. Okay? Talk to them. It does not mean that they will not be insecure. So if they're insecure, it's not going to last. But if they're secure, then what they need from you is healthy communication. All right? So, because people aren't necessarily great at talking in an honest, non-confrontational way, love tends to suffer when one person decides to be themselves. But it can work. You're just going to have to really put the effort to letting your partner know, I'm not leaving you behind. I'm just wanting to live my own authentic life. And if you tell them that and you're being healthy with your communication and they still want to be all crazy where you feel like you have to put down your dream and then delay going on tour or delay like painting, then that's when you have a decision to make, unfortunately. Because if it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, it's an easier decision. But if you're married and you got kids, oh God, it's bad. It's bad. I mean, I may have a little bit of experience on this, but, and that's not to say that if you meet somebody in your journey and you do the same thing that they do, you're both singers, you're both actors. That doesn't mean that everything's going to be all copacetic and awesome, because even as two actors or two creative people, what happens when one person blows up and the other person doesn't? What happens when one person becomes a TV sitcom star and the other person becomes a movie star? See? Because the balance of power, even within creative individual relationships, will shift constantly, and there's no way to predict it. But who was on top yesterday will be on the bottom tomorrow. Who was on the bottom yesterday might be on top tomorrow. There's just no way. Like, you really have to figure this thing out. And if there's genuine love, authentic, healthy love between the two of you, talk this thing through, or else it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad. All right. And I don't want that for y'all. I want y'all to be happy. I want you to feel good about the choice you're making for yourself. But if you have someone you love, talk to them or leave them behind. I mean, I didn't say, just, do what you got to do. But if you love them and you feel like it's worth saving, then keep them along and work with them. But it ain't going to be easy. Okay. And I'll leave this last little note. When you're starting out on these ventures, you're going to be broke. Okay. Let's say you're not broke, but you're not bringing in any money. Okay. It's going to take time, right? And during that time, you may need to lean on your partner financially, right? They may need to take care of the bills or have the insurance, all that good stuff. Make sure you show them appreciation. Make sure that you understand their concerns. Don't just do it and just hope for the best. Find out how they feel, right? Because you don't want a situation where you are feeling guilty for not contributing to the household or contributing to the family expenses, and then they start putting a lot of pressure on you to do more at the house or do more in your relationship because you're not bringing a financial component to the relationship. You get what I'm saying? That can cause tension too, where it's like you only get mutual respect as long as you're bringing in money, but once you stop bringing in money, now you have to do what I say, and you used to have a partner, but now you have a parent, right? That's bad too. And so if, I'm gonna make another video for the partner. I'm gonna make another video for them. But for you, I want you to tell people how you feel. Do not get caught up in feeling like you have to babysit someone else's emotions. Don't feel like you have to be some kind of domestic servant because they're helping you. The fact is, if they love you and they support you, they will be there for you. Just let them know the expectations. Let them know what would be helpful for you. And if they say no, then, hey, you got to do what you got to do. But at least you asked, and at least you brought it up in a responsible way. You never assumed anything. You never assumed their support. You always ask, hey, are you cool with this? Hey, what's going on? Are you okay with this? All right? But you see why I say it's hard? You see why I say where a lot of these things fail? Because it's a lot of ego and a lot of hurt feelings involved. And I'm just saying, especially if you're an actor, there's a lot of sexy people that are going to be around your partner at all times. And if you ever have a sex scene or a kissing scene and somebody touching your booty, yeah, you're probably going to like it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying you're probably going to like it. It's not like you can just turn that emotion of your brain on and off. You're probably going to like it if an attractive person touches you or kisses you. So, and then your partner has to see that all over the TV and all over the commercials. Can your relationship handle that? I hope so. I'm praying for you. I mean, you will. Everything's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. All right. Well, until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. And yeah, man, good luck.